Have you ever walked into a room and noticed how some people don't even need to say a word, and yet all eyes turn toward them? It's not because of the clothes they wear or the makeup they put on. It's not even about how loud or charming they are. It's something deeper, something invisible but undeniable. That's confidence. But here's the catch: most people get it wrong. They think confidence is about being bold, loud, outspoken, or showing off achievements. No, my friends, the secret is much more subtle, much more powerful, and once you understand it, it can completely transform your life. That's why I want you to stay with me till the very end of this speech. Because this one secret that confident women know will not only make you more attractive to others, but more importantly, it will make you unshakable in your own self. True confidence is not built in the eyes of others. It is not borrowed from compliments, likes, or followers. Imagine living in such a way that your sense of self-worth does not rise when someone praises you and does not fall when someone criticizes you. That is freedom. That is confidence. And the women who know this secret walk through life with grace, not because life is perfect, but because they are not depending on perfection to feel valuable. Confidence is not the absence of fear, nor is it the absence of flaws. It is the courage to stand strong even with fear and flaws. A confident woman does not pretend to be perfect. She understands her imperfections, but does not let them define her. When the world says, "You are not enough," she smiles and says, "Maybe not for you, but definitely for me, and that's enough." The true secret, my friends, is self-mastery. A woman who has mastered her mind, who can choose peace over chaos, who can decide not to react but to respond, she holds the greatest power. While others are chasing attention, she radiates presence. While others are craving validation, she already knows her worth. And because she does not beg for acceptance, she naturally attracts respect. This secret is simple but not easy. It requires you to look within, to quiet the noise of the world, and to anchor yourself in your values, not in the opinions of people. When you learn this, you'll realize that confidence is not about being the loudest in the room. It's about being the calmest, the most centered, and the most authentic. That's the secret confident women know. And once you practice it, you will never look at yourself the same way again. When we speak of confidence, most people immediately imagine someone who stands tall, speaks loudly, and has the approval of everyone in the room. But if you pause and look a little deeper, you'll see that those who depend on applause, likes, or someone's approval for their sense of worth are often the ones who feel the most insecure when the lights are off and the noise fades away. True confidence is not found in how others see you. It is found in how you see yourself when no one else is watching. It is the quiet assurance that you are enough, even if the world forgets to clap for you. Think about it. If your confidence rises when someone praises you and falls when someone criticizes you, then who really owns your peace of mind? You or them? Living like this is like handing over the keys of your heart to strangers and hoping they will drive carefully. Sometimes they may cheer you on, but other times they may crush your spirit, and you'll be left broken not because you were weak, but because you tied your worth to their opinions. That is why true confidence must come from within, from a place so deep that no word of rejection can shake it, and no absence of attention can starve it. When a woman understands this, her entire presence changes. She no longer dresses to be seen, she dresses to express herself. She doesn't speak to impress, she speaks to share truth. She doesn't work to gain validation, she works to fulfill purpose. And because of this, people around her begin to sense a rare energy, a sense of security, peace, and strength that is not dependent on the external world. Ironically, the less she seeks validation, the more respect and admiration she naturally attracts. People trust those who do not beg for trust. People admire those who do not chase admiration, and people listen to those who are not desperate to be heard. But this is not easy because we live in a world that constantly measures us by numbers, likes, and recognition. From childhood, we are trained to seek approval. A little girl gets a smile when she looks pretty, applause when she scores well, attention when she performs. Slowly, she begins to believe that her worth is tied to the reaction of the crowd. So when she grows up, she is always looking outward. Am I liked enough? Am I beautiful enough? Am I successful enough? This creates a cycle of anxiety because no matter how much you achieve, there will always be someone who criticizes you, ignores you, or outshines you. If your confidence depends on them, you will live your life in chains. The secret is to cut those chains and turn inward. Realize that your worth is not negotiable. It is not up for debate. Whether the world praises you or forgets you, your value remains constant. Like the sun, which shines every day regardless of whether people look up and admire it or hide under roofs and complain about the heat, your worth is not reduced by someone else's perspective. This is the inner knowing that breeds true confidence. A confident woman is not the one who feels fearless every moment, but the one who does not allow fear to control her choices. She is not the one who never faces rejection, but the one who refuses to let rejection define her. She is not the one who has no insecurities, but the one who understands them, accepts them, and still chooses to walk tall. Her strength is not loud, it is quiet. It is not borrowed, it is owned. And here lies the irony: when you no longer crave validation, you become free. And in that freedom, your beauty, your strength, your wisdom shines brighter than ever. You begin to live authentically, and authenticity is magnetic. People may or may not like you, but they cannot ignore you. That is the kind of confidence that never fades, because it is not built on sand but on solid rock, on the unshakable truth that your worth comes from within, not from anyone else. Perfection is a trap that many fall into. The idea that one must look flawless, act flawlessly, achieve flawlessly in order to be worthy of admiration seems appealing on the surface, but underneath it creates pressure, anxiety, and eventually a loss of self. When you chase perfection, you are constantly measuring yourself against an illusion, a moving target that no human being can ever fully reach. And the painful truth is that even if you come close, there will always be something missing, something someone else has that you do not, something to remind you that you are still not enough. But when confidence is rooted in purpose, not perfection, a shift happens. You stop asking, "Am I flawless?" And you start asking, "Am I meaningful? Am I aligned with why I am here?" That shift gives a woman a strength far greater than the shallow glow of perfection ever could. A confident woman does not need to have perfect skin, a perfect body, or a perfect record of never failing. What she needs is clarity, clarity about who she is and why she does what she does. When her actions are driven by purpose, even her imperfections become part of the beauty of her journey. She knows that every scar, every stumble, every so-called flaw carries a story that shaped her into who she is today. And instead of hiding those, she owns them. That ownership makes her relatable, and relatability is far more powerful than unattainable perfection. Think of someone who always appears perfect, polished, flawless, untouchable. Yes, you may admire them from a distance, but do they inspire you deeply? Now think of someone who openly shares their struggles, their lessons, their journey. Their purpose shines through their cracks, and suddenly they feel real, authentic, and inspiring. That is the essence of confidence rooted in purpose. It does not pretend to be perfect. It dares to be real. The pursuit of perfection is always self-centered. It is about how people see me, how flawless I look, how impressive my image appears. Purpose, on the other hand, is always outward focused. It asks, how can I serve? How can I make a difference? How can I contribute to something greater than myself? A woman living with purpose is not distracted by every little flaw she carries because she is too busy pouring her energy into something meaningful. And when someone is driven by meaning, their presence becomes naturally powerful. Confidence rooted in perfection wavers the moment a mistake is made. It crumbles when a flaw is exposed. But confidence rooted in purpose cannot be shaken so easily. Because even mistakes are seen as lessons along the path. Failure is not the end, it is feedback. Rejection is not humiliation, it is redirection. Criticism is not a death sentence, it is often a teacher. When a woman sees life this way, she doesn't break under the weight of imperfection. She simply keeps moving, knowing her steps are leading her towards something bigger than herself. A woman with purpose does not need to prove her worth every day. Her worth is established by the fact that she is aligned with her calling. She may not always get it right. She may not always shine the brightest, but she knows where she is going and why. That knowledge creates a calmness in her that perfection can never provide. While perfectionists burn out in the endless chase, a purposeful woman sustains her energy because she is not running after applause. She is walking steadily toward her mission. Purpose gives meaning to pain. Perfection gives only pressure. When life throws challenges, a woman chasing perfection asks, why me? Why did this happen? Now I look weak, now I look broken. But a woman rooted in purpose asks, what is this teaching me? How can this shape me to serve better, to love better, to lead better? And suddenly the burden becomes a stepping stone. She transforms her struggles into strength because she knows every step has value. True confidence, then, is not standing in front of the mirror and seeing flawless skin or flawless achievements. True confidence is standing in front of the mirror, looking at scars, failures, mistakes, lessons, and still smiling because she knows she is walking in alignment with who she is meant to be. The world cannot intimidate such a woman because her focus is not on impressing the world, but on fulfilling her purpose. And when people encounter her, they do not see someone trying to be perfect. They see someone unshakably committed to her mission. That is the kind of confidence that lasts, that inspires, and that makes others believe in themselves as well. The greatest secret of confidence is not in having control over the world, but in having control over oneself. Many people spend their entire lives trying to fix circumstances, change people, or manipulate situations so they can finally feel secure and confident. But life never bends fully to our will. Situations remain unpredictable. People remain imperfect, and challenges remain inevitable. If confidence depends on everything outside aligning perfectly, it will always remain fragile. True confidence is born when a woman learns to master her own mind, to anchor herself in inner peace, regardless of what is happening around her. This is why self-mastery and inner calm are the deepest secret of all confident women. Self-mastery does not mean suppressing emotions or pretending to be unaffected. It means learning how to guide your thoughts and emotions rather than being a slave to them. Most people are driven by reaction. Someone insults them and they feel crushed. Someone praises them and they rise. Circumstances turn hard and they collapse. But a confident woman who has learned self-mastery chooses her response. She may feel the sting of words or the weight of a setback, but she doesn't allow that temporary pain to dictate her entire state of being. She steps back, breathes, and decides how she will respond instead of allowing her emotions to drag her uncontrolled into anger, despair, or fear. That ability to pause and choose is where true power lies. Inner peace is not the absence of problems, it is the presence of stability within. Think of a lake. When the winds blow strong, the surface of the water ripples and disturbs, but deep down, beneath the surface, the water remains calm and undisturbed. A woman with self-mastery learns to live like that lake. On the surface, life may bring storms, criticism, stress, rejection, pressure, but deep within, she has cultivated a space of stillness where her identity remains untouched. From this inner calm, she draws her confidence. People may not understand it, but they feel it when she walks into the room. She carries an aura of steadiness that no amount of chaos can take away. This is not something achieved overnight. It requires discipline. It requires mindfulness. It requires the daily practice of detaching from noise and reconnecting with inner values. When a woman makes time to reflect, to listen to her inner voice, to anchor herself in gratitude, she strengthens the foundation of her peace. Without this inner practice, the world will easily shake her. But with it, she becomes unshakable. Even in loss, she finds lessons. Even in conflict, she seeks wisdom. Even in failure, she sees growth. And that mindset turns every situation into an opportunity to stay grounded. Self-mastery is also about knowing what to let go. Many women carry unnecessary burdens. The need to please everyone, the need to appear perfect, the need to win every argument. But a confident woman knows that real strength is not in winning every battle, but in choosing which battles are worth fighting. She doesn't waste her energy on gossip, competition, or the endless chase for approval. Instead, she conserves her strength for what truly matters. By doing so, she maintains peace while others exhaust themselves in comparison and conflict. This kind of inner calm doesn't just benefit her, it impacts everyone around her. People naturally trust someone who doesn't get easily rattled. They feel safe around someone who radiates steadiness. They admire someone who refuses to be pulled into drama or negativity. That's why a woman with self-mastery doesn't need to shout her confidence. It is felt in the way she carries herself, in her patience, in her silence, and in the clarity of her choices. The secret, then, is simple but profound: master yourself, and you master your word. When your mind is calm, no storm outside can destroy you. When your heart is at peace, no rejection can break you. When your emotions are guided, no temporary chaos can distract you from your path. This inner power is the deepest root of confidence, the kind that doesn't fade with age, circumstances, or changing trends. It is the quiet fire that burns steadily, lighting up everything it touches.